What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we have something very serious that we need to discuss, and right now we have just 10 days to prepare for what is coming. Now here on this channel I've been trying to bring in more economic updates, fill you in on what's going on, how you can prepare, and what to look forward to in the future. There are some bright spots that we can look forward to, but as of right now, here's what's going on. There's a bunch of pandemic assistance that's ending. There's a bunch of programs that are going to stop and expire. There's a bunch of things happening. Inflation's still going up. We have many issues across the world, not just here in this country. Obviously we have issues here, but we are being impacted by the entire world, not just the decisions we make here within the United States. But here is one thing that we have to worry about right now, and this is very serious. On June 30th, which is in just 10 days, what you need to understand is free school lunches are set to expire. This is on a federal level. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because, number one, this is extremely serious for children. If children don't have a way to get food, then what are they going to do for nutrition? How are they going to eat? This is why children are becoming more food insecure, because they do not have the access to proper nutrition, because their parents or their legal guardians just can't afford it. Food is getting very expensive. This is not going to change, but this is very serious. Not just for children, but people without children as well. And I want to explain why in just a minute, because I know that people without children will be like, well, how does this impact me? How does this affect me? And if you don't have children, you're probably thinking, well, I feel bad for the children that don't have the proper nutrition, don't have the food that they need. But again, how does this impact me? Well, here's how it does. For children that don't get their lunches at school for free anymore, there's a couple things that will happen. The first thing is you have to pay for it. How do you pay for it? Well, it comes out of your pocket, which means people might not have the savings or the money that they used to have. They might have to use their SNAP benefits a little bit faster, be a little more frugal with how they are spending their money. Which, here's the problem with that. If you are taking your SNAP or your EBT card and you're going and buying the cheapest things you can buy, it's understandable, because you got to make sure that card will last you the entire month. Here's the problem. For people that don't have an EBT card, that are looking for the exact same products, stuff that is cheap, inexpensive, but somewhat nutritious, well, here's the problem. We're going to have more shortages of those inexpensive products. I went to a Walmart about a week ago, and I noticed there was no ramen noodles. Top Ramen was sold out. They had nothing. It's interesting, but I also knew it's one of the cheapest things that you can buy. Pastas are a lot of times sold out. These are things that you can buy using an EBT card. So that is what's going to happen. And now here's the other thing. There's going to be an additional, I believe it's about 22 to 23 million children are on free and reduced school lunches. Okay, 22 million children. This means that there's 22 million more mouths to feed, and who has to feed them? Grocery stores. Yeah, your local grocery store. Just think about that. Think about the ramifications of an additional 22 million children, not just in your local area, okay, but throughout the United States, now having to buy, or their parents having to buy, additional food, because now they have to feed them throughout the day. This is going to put upward price pressure on things like bread, right? Juices, chips. These are things, especially bread. Bread's one of those products that we have seen just surge in price. But at the same time, we also are finding it a little bit harder to get our hands on the less expensive loaves of bread. In some cases, it's very expensive. You're paying $3, $4, $5 for a loaf. I know in Hawaii, I believe in like Maui, you're paying like $6 to $7 depending on where you buy your bread from. And so again, it's a very serious situation. But I want to bring this up because we have 10 days to prepare. And the reason why I say we, yes, I have children. No, they're not on free, they don't get free meals throughout the summer or even during school. But again, I do have children. I can, sympathize with parents that are struggling. But at the same time, as a nation, we have 10 days to prepare, meaning that we need to make sure that we have our pantry stocked up. Because what happens if all these people start buying food because now they realize, we don't have this free school program anymore. But keep in mind, states can still provide you with some food. States can, okay? Local governments can. But the federal program will be ending in just 10 days on June 30th, okay? So make sure you're well aware of that. Now, here's a question I got asked the other day because somebody did bring this up. And the person asked, will Congress act to extend the free school lunch program? And doing a little bit of research and just knowing what I know, Congress is going to have a very difficult time to extend this. Okay, it's going to be very tough because number one, where do they get that money from? Now, yes, President Biden can take that money from another source and push it over to the school lunch program. Will he do that? There's a good chance that he will. He hasn't done it yet, but we will see. However, can Congress do this? Chances are no. They will not be able to do this. Now, will Congress pass a bill to bring down inflation? That's a different question, but that also brings up some different ideas. And according to multiple reports, Congress is going to try, but their plan is to put together a long-term plan, not a short-term plan. So their goal is to attack climate. They want to make sure that we are going more green. We're being a little more efficient, right? That's their plan. Or for better choice of words, the Democratic plan. Okay. Now, here's one thing I want you to understand. When you are preparing for potential shortage, and some are expecting school lunches are going to have a small impact. The big impact, though, is going to come from people going and buying products for their 4th of July barbecues and gatherings and their vacations. That's where the big shortage is going to come from. Okay? The next thing, the third thing, is gas prices are going to surge. That's the expectation. As they do, it's going to be more, food prices are going to become more and more expensive. Okay? So 3 issues right there. It's all going to come right about the first week of July. So again, we've got about 10 days. So here's the recommendation. According to multiple experts, they say make sure you have at least 2 weeks of food stocked up. Make sure you have enough water for about 1 month. My recommendation is do not just buy bottled water, also buy a filtration system, because if for some reason you cannot get, or you drink all your bottled water, yeah, you can take your bottles, fill them up with tap water, but some people don't like that. So if you buy a filtration system, you can get filtered water no matter where you're at. So it's good news there. The other thing, and this is something that I mention every once in a while, is if you have the space, if you have a little corner, and I bring up the little corner of a garden, an indoor garden. My friends over at Riverside Homestead Life, they did a video on this a while back. I'll try to find it and link to it. But again, go check them out as well. But one of the reasons why I bring this up is because gardening is a major option. It's a huge benefit. If you have a little bit of space in your backyard, grow a garden. Get some fruits and vegetables, and get some tomatoes, and maybe you can get some green beans and carrots and maybe some lettuce or cucumbers. Just something that's nutritious, but at the same time, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to go and grow this stuff. All right? So again, this is a very serious problem that we are facing, It's gonna come in just 10 days. I don't know if we're gonna see this program get extended. My guess is not, but we will see extensions of this from state and local governments. So as we get more information on who's actually providing this, where it's coming from, I will make sure I come on and fill you in on all the latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.